All right. We are live. How is the stream quality? Let's see. Is the stream quality fine? Encoding overloaded. Might need to adjust the settings. Or something like that. Bit laggy, huh? Encoder is set to very fast. Bitrate is only 6,000. Maybe something is eating my my GPU or something like that. Let me see. Okay, btop says stream controller is a bit, has 15,000 threads. Hello, Mohammed. Hello, Ahmad. How's the stream quality right now? Is the encoding coming through all right? I'm a bit concerned. It's okay? All right. Because it says I'm overloaded right now. And stream controller is apparently not behaving itself. It's grainy. I think that's just because of the light. I don't normally show my whole face. If I switch to my desktop, it should be different. I'm jittering now. All right, give me a sec. So this is what my, I don't know for what reason, this thing here, PID 3551, behaving very, very badly. Stream controller, yeah. I can actually hear my desktop, its fans just went quiet when I killed that process. And the encoder warning has disappeared. So it should be, we should be good now. Let's see. So I've got my chat application again. I've tried to get it going. Is that all the chats? Let's see. Yes, that is all the chats. All right, cool. So today, going to continue with the Jetson and setting up the LLM. The last thing that I did off stream was that I was troubleshooting why the agent was putting out text that was kind of invalid. It was trying to call tools, but it was not correctly calling those tools. And we tried troubleshooting it for a bit. And Gemini was saying, this is normal. You just need to pass the text. And I completely disagreed. Did I do any homework? Yeah, I did a little bit of homework, let's say. Very small quants have trouble tool calling reliably. Yeah, it does seem to not be reliable even with the correct model. So I was using a coda model, and apparently the instruct model is slightly more reliable for this, but it still only succeeded 7 out of 10 times. You've been playing with 1-bit through 8-bit. Interesting. And what is the results that you found? I have Pi on this machine, and I have configured Pi to be able to talk to my Jetson. Right, so if I do some stuff here, it is actually talking to the Jetson on my local network. And as you can see, it's not like the most performant or anything like that. But essentially, oh, what's this? It looks like you're in a directory, blah, blah, blah. This is Pi doing this stuff, I think. Try fine-tuning the model. Pi monotraces. Is that with LoRa or something? LORA? You should let Fable tune it or make one for yourself. Mini CPM5 with Fable thinking. What is mini CPM? Mini CPM5. What is that? Is that a model? 1 billion parameters? Model. First model in mini CPM. It's a dense 1 billion transformer built for on-device local deployment and resource constraint scenarios reaching 1 billion. So by comparison, Qwen2.5. Okay. How does it compare to models that have like 7 billion parameters though? Anything below 5-ish bits isn't really that reliable for long loops. That's okay. I don't think I want to go for a long loops with this device because it's pretty constrained. Since it can't accurately generate perfect JSON schemas to tool call. Well, it might just be the case that I have to sometimes do parsing as a fallback. Just kind of sucks, but any regrets buying the Jetson? No, not at all. It was $400. It's pretty cheap, to be honest. The agent that I've been building is with Rig Core, which seems to be decent. I'm going to quit this Gemini window here. I'm going to try to run it again. What we got here? Cargo run. I think I should just be able to do cargo run, and this thing is going to connect to the Jetson. Oh, okay. in my roadmap, I recommend 0 to prod in Rust. Oh, that's the video that I published. Is there any book with the same style that I recommend? Not sure what you mean exactly. Like, so Zero to Prod in Rust is a book that teaches you Rust and backend engineering at the same time. There's a fine-tune one. Interesting. Okay, so apparently I probably have to do like what is it? Rust log equals info, and then yeah, okay. So it is connected to the inference server on the local network. And now if I send a message on Telegram, I'm going to say fetch my blog, for example. If you send me a link that I can't see it, let me just check in the YouTube chat. No, I can't see the link. Look at this silliness. How do I hide myself here? I'll open this chat separately. Did I start early? No, I actually started a little bit late. So I just messaged the bot on Telegram, and it gave me this error here, max turns error. One or many. Tool result ID, call, blah, blah, blah. I encountered an error communicating with the LLM. Reached max turns limit. Oh, it actually has some of the data here, though. Like, this is what I sort of expected it to tell me, but need to configure turns in the model parameter. That wouldn't be in the agent, would it? If I look on, let's see, if I look on the actual server, let's just close this. Can SSH on. We can do a little system status on the server. Get the unit file and look at the unit file, and we've got 4,000 context size, GPU layers auto, and Ginger for the tool calling. Max turns 1. Now this is on, let me see. Yeah. Use my AI crate. What's your AI crate? Let's see what Gemini says about this. What's your AI crate? Did I see your message? Let me see. This is all I got from you. This thing, Mini CPM5? Is that what you're referring to? Are you sure that one's going to be good? I can, is that on Hugging Face? Let me try to access this on Hugging Face. This top one here, they look the same. One's Opus 1 billion Claude, Opus Fable 5. This one's GGUF. I don't know what GGUF means. So I can copy that, and let's say I run llama CLI HF and then that. it should download it and run it like a chatbot. Oh, okay, so I configure max turns from rig. Client.agent. Client is not here. Client's happening in main. Arc new agent. Agent max turns. Or this way. Is it hallucinating? I think it might be hallucinating. Default max turns. Oh. What happened? MLX for metal? What's okay? What is GGUF? What does that mean? Should have used Sol. For what? What would I be using Sol for? So I need to run this thing again. Find ind the best. Finding the best config for llama.cpp. GGUF is an optimized format used to run LLMs on everyday consumer hardware, like your CPU and RAM. Non-GGUF is a full uncompressed precision and require dedicated GPUs with high VRAM. So would that be not appropriate for the Jetson, which has it has a TPU and, well, it's got 8 gigs of VRAM, which is not crazy, but... So this model has said, I'm an assistant powered by Fable 5. It has these tools. Redact and privacy focused search. Oh, I know. I need GGUF. Okay. Let's try a little bench here. It's great for it, but the Nvidia ones are better with Nvidia GPU. NV. Oh. So yeah, I've compiled llama.cpp with CUDA support. I don't know if there's anything it has that's real specific to Nvidia. So should I be able to find something like Qwen2.5? Interesting. Hey, Alex. Things have been very well. How about you? I feel like every stream we just keep jumping between models and not get anywhere. Well, to be fair, the last few streams, I was basically fighting with rig and the tool calling, and I had troubles compiling llama CPP with CUDA support, and people were suggesting LM Studio and Ollama, and we tried a little bit of that. But right now, I have something workable. ish. Like, I feel like we are progressing a little. I'm probably not going to switch the model of the server because right now I think Qwen 2.5 7 billion parameters is okay. Agent executor, max iterations, max turns. Oh, yeah. Is this thing done benchmarking or is it still going? LM Studio GUI would be the fastest, frictionless. What does that do though? What is available in the GUI that I would want there? Is it just like downloading models and whatnot? Because I don't need anything super fancy. Huh? You can search the models directly on there. That's a small level of convenience that I probably don't need, to be honest. Get access to the web server. LM Studio is for beginners. It'll tell you what models are optimized for your hardware, even if it's on a Jetson. Keep in mind, I'm SSHing to my Jetson. You know what I mean? Can the GUI connect to my other machine? I don't know what this benchmark's doing. But I think we have... Okay, well, I might try LM Studio a bit later, but we'll just continue with this for the moment. I'm going to send a message to my Telegram bot, and we're going to see what happens. Loop 1 of 5, okay. Current history length. Have I tried running? Yes, I have tried running. Oh, 3.5? No, I haven't tried that. Just 2.5. So right now the model is thinking. It's probably going to take longer because this benchmark's running, so I'm just going to cancel that benchmark, to be honest. Probably run that benchmark later. It is thinking. Maybe I should pull up the llama server logs. Number of tokens. Okay. Received response. All right. Let's see. This is probably the first time it has successfully fetched a web page without dying straight afterwards. So it actually sent me this back on Telegram. So that's cool. I wonder if I can get it to wonder if I can get it to browse the blogs as well. Like, because one of the problems is probably that the this agent, the web search tool that we're providing, is converting the HTML to text, so it wouldn't have any information about links on the page. So it has said, oh, it actually was able to browse some of the recent blogs. So obviously this is hard to read, but it gave me the last 3 blogs that are on my site, last 3 posts, and a little bit of information about them. So that's not bad. I'm going to ask it, how did you find the URL for that. Because I don't understand how it had the URL, because this thing is converting the HTML to text. So all the HTML should be stripped out. And it's now said, I used the initial URL you provided. That led me to the main personal site. From there, I specifically navigated to the blog section by following the link to the blog. I don't know how it did that, because I haven't given it a tool to actually get HTML back. You ran the Qwen2.5 4 billion on the Jetson and connected my homie's agent via Telegram, also on a live stream. It worked. However, the context could only be around 6,400. Well, I've capped this one's context to 4,000. So I don't even know how you were running 64,000. Can I even do that? Can I increase the This is a thing. I don't know anything about this stuff. So let's just gonna do a little query here. On my let me actually ask it. I'm running a model on my Nvidia Jetson, which has 8 gigabytes of VRAM. And I am using llama.cpp as the inference server with a fixed context size of 4096. Can I bump that all the way up to 64,000 or higher? And if I do, what are the consequences of doing that? The NGL was 10. 64,000. Yeah. Yeah, I saw correctly. Short answer, no. Pushing it to 64,000 on an 8 gig Jetson is practically impossible and extremely difficult even for smaller models. Because they use unified memory, you don't have 8 gigs of isolated VRAM. After accounting for the operating system and CUDA overheads, you realistically only have 5.5 gig. Why it fails? Am I using CMUX? No, I'm not at the moment. Total RAM equals model weights, KV cache memory, compute buffers, plus OS overhead. KV cache size equals 2 times layer time. There, this is already over my head. Real world breakdown, model weights, Q4. So here it's using the Q4 as an example. So we've got 1.5 gigs of CUDA and OS overhead. That seems reasonable. And then the model weights is 4.8 gig for this quantized model, which means 64,000 tokens is impossible. So 4,000, I think, keeps it kind of neat. Depending what other stuff is running on that machine. So I think 4,000 is probably the cap at which I would stop. Performance degradation, swap space thrashing, how to maximize context, enable flash attention. I can compress the KV cache. With CMUX, you can instruct your agent to tune it. I can run an agent on my Jetson. I can just run like any other agent. It's just Ubuntu on the Jetson. So it can do it. It can do it there. Flash attention. KV cache type. So this is suggesting that I could bump my context up to 16,000 if I throw these settings in. Yeah, exactly. I can just use one of the frontier models. Like that's what I was doing right here. I was getting Gemini Flash to just troubleshoot and be like, what's up with the tool calling? Like, why isn't it working? And it was just doing a bunch of HTTP requests to see what's wrong. And yeah, came up with the solution, which was cool. So let me see this. I had this here. So right now I could slap on a few of these parameters, right? Like flash attention, if that's even a thing, cache type, K, Q40, and cache type V, Q40. And the question is, are those even real commands? Did I give it SSH control? It doesn't need to because it's running on the. It's running on the Jetson. So we'll see in a sec. Okay, it doesn't. Okay. Flash attention needs an actual setting, and it's automatic by default. So I think maybe it was already on. Let's say on, and then let's say we bump the this to 16,000. Gonna need to do a little restart. And whoops. What did it say last time? So I need a space, basically. Okay, now it seems to be good. Quantized can hurt the performance if not configured right. What's my opinion on vertical monitors? I think if your desk supports it, then it's good. Like, for example, I wish I could show you, but I have my big monitor. Actually, maybe I can show you. Let me try to, let me just get a secret little tab down here. Find an image. Yeah. Oh, okay, that's quite small, but you get the idea. This is my desk. So I have this gigantic monitor here, which is 37 inches diagonal. And then I've got this Xenon Edge down the bottom. But I think this would work better as a vertical monitor, to be honest. But I don't really have a nice way of mounting it to like the right or the left side, but it would be ideal. I think if it could be like maybe here or something. I'm not sure. Flash attention, if I remember correctly, changes based on models. Yeah, the default setting seems to be auto, but I switched it to hard on. What's it say here? Yeah, this is all fine. So now if I say, love the topography. Yeah, that's a desk mat from Newfie. Fetch the wiki page on mitochondria. Can it do that? I would see model description for flash attention. I'd recommend has better terminal use. Thanks, man. Monitor bracket could help in your case. Yeah, probably a monitor arm or a monitor bracket, something like that. Yeah, let me show the specific YouTube link for Newfie. If you go here, go to Newfie. There is accessories and the desk mat, and it's right there. It's this one. Mont Blanc. Mountain in somewhere. It's a real mountain somewhere. I don't know what country. All right, so it's taking quite a while to fetch the wiki page for mitochondria, which could be good or could be bad. I wonder if the extra context has tanked its performance. Hard to tell. We've got a bunch of activity happening here. Or I got flagged. What do you mean? Flagged by whom? So if I look at it should say like the tokens per second or something, or milliseconds. I wonder, oh, this is way ages ago. So 8.8, but then before it was reset, we were getting 11.25. And here we've got consistently 11 tokens per second. So I think actually the model performance has degraded from those settings. Research into deep areas. I notice I lose capability. I'm going to probably not use those because I was pretty happy with how it was doing without them. Probably just going to give them a bit of a comment. I really should set this up with like environment variables so that I can, yeah, let's say draft a new systemd unit or llama server. The arguments of the start. Wow. Quick edits and restart. 1005. What's going on, Molly? What's happening here? What do the numbers mean? Seven 7.8, 7.9. Let's see, what has it whipped up here? So we have a file here, and then, okay. Was it agreeing with you? Oh, you was trying to say 100%. Okay. All right. Whoopsie. Go ahead and copy this. We can't all type as you do. Am I using the new Flash model? I am. I honestly cannot tell the difference. I don't know. I am using it though. Oh, I can do new lines in here. Well, that's handy to know, isn't it? These tabs, yeah. Oopsie. Maybe this is not allowed in a systemd unit file. How much was the hardware? It was $400. Am I looking at a full rig? I'm not sure. To be honest, if you asked me like a couple days ago, I probably would have said no. But I'm kind of, there is something appealing about not having to necessarily worry about token usage. But then again, with the fairly low cost of the subscriptions, maybe it's a non-issue. I'm not sure. Hello, Ferdian Satriamulia. Damn, that's a long name. Is this systemd unit file valid? Firstly, it hasn't responded to me, I'm pretty sure. It's still thinking. At least it hasn't crashed, which is kind of cool. Can I write this file? No, I don't have permission. Cost of hardware versus cost of subscriptions makes it hard to justify fully local. Yeah. It is tough, huh? Am I working on this out of interest or out of necessity with the new demand in our industry? I'll tell you the story of why I even have the Jetson. When I was working at Atlassian, one of the members on my team, he said that he was buying a Jetson, and he encouraged me to also buy him with, like, you know, to follow suit and buy a Jetson as well. And I didn't really know exactly what I was getting into. But so it arrived, and I set it up with the Nvidia Jetpack, and I downloaded Llama, and I was like, oh, this is cool. You know, I can run my own thing, and I sort of parked it, and I added to my to-do list to figure out, like, how am I going to actually like use this piece of hardware that I have sitting under my desk, you know, because it's like I've spent $400 on this thing. What the hell am I doing with it? Like, why is it just sitting down under my desk collecting dust? So thought I might as well figure out like how to best use it. And my thinking is, like, I don't have any necessarily grand plans, but I'm trying to, say, build a foundation. Let's say I've got an appropriately sized model for the Jetson. I've got a good, reliable, performant inference server. I've got my network set up so that I can talk to it. So it's running the server, blah, blah, blah. And then I did try Hermes agent, but it didn't do so well because it needs 64,000 context size. So I found this Rust library called Rig, where you can set up the agent and then provide it tools. So I'm thinking, once I get this whole process reliable, then I can start building tools for it to do certain tasks for me. Like, the things that I have thought about is I could I could download my, say, bank statements, which I don't want to upload to OpenAI for example, and I could send them maybe through Telegram to the bot and get it to do some analysis, or, and it can take its time. It doesn't have to be quick. Tasks like that. I'm still brainstorming. I do think when there was all the hype around OpenClaw and people were saying stuff like, oh, I got it to automate my calendar and my emails, I'm like, yeah, it sounds a bit lame. So yeah, it's kind of a matter of, I've still got to do the brainstorming to actually figure out what's going to be useful for me in my life. By the way, okay, my chat app is still working. Very good. Show you guys what's going on here. Chat app is still working. Very nice. Convenience versus payoff. When you get it to work, it's def worth it. Really? You saying that gives me the impression that you have your LLM, like a local LLM, doing something for you. Like what is it doing for you? I'm actually gonna kill the server, and yeah, we're not gonna get that response. It's taking way too long. What tiling manager am I using? I'm actually not using tiling right now. All of my windows are floating. But if I wanted to do tiling, it would be whatever Cosmic provides out of the box. Someone recently asked me to maybe do a video on my desktop environment. It's nothing really special. Okay, this is like taking some concerning amount of time to reboot. What's the bot used for that we coded last stream? That's pretty much what we're working that out right now. It's currently not really doing much. I've set up one tool call here, web fetch, which just grabs web pages. It's nothing crazy. I did have to remove a bunch of stuff from here. Like, let's see. There's this block here, which is kind of like doing tool calling. What would you say are most essential, most important Linux commands? I should do a video on that. Essential Linux commands. I would say, let me write them down. Where am I going to write them down? Where am I going to write them down? Is this Pop OS? It is. My brain's frozen. Okay. Let's go to Excalibur. Get rid of all this stuff. Linux commands. Essential Linux commands. Grep. Find. Sed. Exargs. I mean, ls. You could argue that you could use find instead of ls, but I spam ls all the time. I don't know, like cd. Do they count? Do these ones count? I like pushed. That kind of falls in the same category, really. It's like real basic directory stuff. I'd say git. It's not really a Linux command, but like it's so commonly used in the shell that it kind of is. Vim. Rsync is a good one. I personally have... Oh, tar. Yeah, ps or pgrep or pkill. Let's say kill. Let's throw kill in there. So process management. Let's say compression archives, tar, unzip, gzip. Pgrep, sed find grep. I haven't used rsync in a long time, but it is good. Disk management. So let's say, depends how Linuxy we want to be. Management. I would say if you can't use fdisk, you're kind of cooked. But you don't need to study fdisk. Do and df, maybe free. That's not disk. That's more like memory. Memory top, or like btop or like htop. Watch is cool, or also hwatch. iostat, it's not a bad one. That goes into here, I think. Resource, usage. SCP. Yeah. SSH, SCP. Tier list. That'd be cool. Oh, there's one that's a bit cursed, but do you know that you can make hash maps in Bash? I probably shouldn't tell anyone that, actually, now that I think about it. Said, I would say awk, but awk is kind of just a programming language. But you can do some cool stuff with awk. Maybe bucket awk in with sed. ls probably goes with tree. Pushed is also kind of like with cd. They're kind of the same things. Directory nav. You could probably put like find here as well, to be honest. Something like this, parallel tasks, something like that. This jobs as well. Does everyone know? Does anyone not know that your shell just has the concept of background jobs? Like if I start this server here and I do Control Z, did you know that it's just hanging about there? Like I've got two of them running. Apparently, I've got two of them running. And one of them stopped. Oh, I just realized that I forgot to clear the chat. T, that's a good one. BG, FG. Let me. I forgot to clear the chat, so you guys were saying stuff and I didn't see it. I would say I wouldn't put apt or DNF because those are package managers. They're not. They're different per OS. Screen. Yeah, well, let's say screen, tmarks, and the modern Zellage. I don't have to open a separate terminal. Yeah. What was the moment I fell in love with software? I can't say I'm romantic about software. It's always been a practical, pragmatic pursuit for me. I'm going to do something with this later. I'll do a video or something like that. My first exposure to programming was when I was about 13 or 14 years old. I was hanging around in IRC, and I made some chatbots in Merc script. Let's go down a little memory lane. Merc scripting language. Why is this so low resolution? Oh my god. Original file? What? Okay. That's weird. But yeah, it was kind of like this. Like, it's kind of event based, I guess. 2-pixel image, but yeah, I know. What the hell is this? Yeah, so it had logic, but it was like when certain text would enter into a channel, the bot would do certain things. I'm welcome? What happened? What'd I miss? Oh, you're laughing at me. I see. All right. So we're back on. Oh, you gave me the idea. Yes, yes. All right. I'll credit you. Okay. I'm going to get it to try to fetch the wiki page again. Let's see if it's capable of doing it. You're going to put that in your CV. Good idea. What do I focus to learn on after that 2 years? You've been working as a machine learning developer for almost 2 years. What's been the biggest challenge or problem that you've encountered during that time? Like, surely you would have noticed other people struggling with something, or there's like a big cross-cutting problem that's unsolved, or there's like trendy technology that people are learning or something like that. What if the other alternative is you just look at the jobs that you want and what they're listing, and then you just go hard on that. So okay, so it has received it's looked up the page, and it's got the initial sections, and let's say, tell me more about the intermembrane space. Let's see if we can, what it can do. So overall, I think this is performing decently well with the parameters that we have. So it's a non-coding model. It's got 7 billion parameters. We've got a 4,000 context size. Okay, so it's come back with more information. A much longer response here with 3 sections. The intermembrane space of the mitochondrion is a compartment that exists between the outer membrane and the inner membrane. It's a narrow space, typically about 10 to 20 nanometers wide. It has a volume that is a small fraction of the total mitochondrial volume. It's one of the sites where protons are stored during the electron transport chain. Protons accumulate in the space as they're pumped from the matrix through the inner membrane by complexes 1, 3, and 4 of the ETC. I love the topic, but you are getting blocked with the commands. 2 acronyms, IARPA, DARPA. I don't understand. What commands? What's this? What do you mean exactly? All right, so web fetch call. So here's what's nice is that we didn't have to enter this part of the agent code. So I don't have to do manual tool call extracting or anything like that. So this whole thing, deletion. So that's nice. What are you doing in this series? I wasn't able to watch the older live sessions. Basically, I've got an Nvidia Jetson under my desk. It's got 8 gig of VRAM. And I've got an inference server on the Jetson that's got a model started. And then on my streaming computer, I am setting up an agent and talking to that Jetson to do whatever tasks. And the tasks, we haven't figured out exactly what we're going to make it do. But so far, we're trying to get it to search the web. And it's looking not too bad at the moment. Okay, yes, send me a message on LinkedIn to clarify. I also noticed we never went to like the second loop, for example. So do we even need this max loop count? I wonder. Let's just pop open anti-grav. Did I bench the model that you told me? No, I canceled the benchmark. Maybe I'll do that later. Yeah, I think I'll do it later. But let's see. Here, does it say how many tokens per second? I don't think it says how many tokens per second we had. But performance is seeming okay at the moment. It is acceptable. Random guy gets a LinkedIn connection, but I don't, despite the fact. Have you connected with me? Because, so I have 6,000 requests. I can't find, if you're somewhere in there, you've been buried. Not much I can do about that. That's why. So that could be one of the tasks for this LLM is to go through all of my LinkedIn connections requests. Oh, I was looking at the API the other day, and LinkedIn doesn't have it doesn't let you. But maybe I could do a thing where it emulates a browser and it logs in as me somehow and, you know, does that stuff. I don't know. So right now we are doing like agent chat. So we're keeping the history. And it says here current history length is 4. That doesn't really tell me a lot, does it? I want to know the history size as well as the. So what is this exactly? Histories guard.entry. It is a vec of messages. A CLI maybe or MCP. Not sure. How to customize Windows like that? I'm not running Windows. Build your own LinkedIn MCP. I haven't done anything with MCPs actually, so that's a whole area that's completely unknown to me at the moment. I'm sure you can automate the browser like that. Make it rate people's profile pictures. I'd probably just get it to like every single post that it sees. Yeah, something like Playwright. Playwright would probably be the way to go. So we're on Linux. We're on Pop OS at the moment. So we have histories, which for some reason is wrapped in an arc mutex. Why? With Playwright, you need consistent tool call. Yeah, it seems like we're okay at the moment with the tool call. Gonna call it that. Let's see what else we have in here. This thing's not super complicated. I think we can delete some of these. What was it? Inline tool call is no longer used. We've got this history map, which is a separate type. I don't know why we have this. Wait. Fetch error, okay. It's kind of fun to see it solve these CTF challenges. Huh. You didn't see older streams? We're pretty much doing the... You already asked this question. Yeah, I answered your question a moment ago. We are setting up a local LLM and building an agent to talk to it, and then providing tools to that agent to do stuff. So where's this being used? We've got an error here for the tool. Okay. This is where we will say refactor the tools, just one, into its own directory. Like source tools websearch.rs. And then I want to start building a collection of tools. Maybe they will have some common things like their error types or something. No, they won't have common stuff, will they? I don't know why. Yeah, so I don't know why this is wrapped in an arc mutex. We're doing telexide REPL, which I guess this is like something that's running Tokyo. And then we have this here, async move, which is returning a future, and then we're awaiting on that future. So REPL, a REPL for messages, they're meant only for simple bots and rapid prototyping. If you need to supply blah, 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 please use dispatcher. Okay. Unsloth variants. Why anti-gravity? I have a subscription with Google. Also, I like anti-gravity. It's not bad. If Qwen is working. Qwen is working as far as I know. Okay, so this file's now a whole bunch cleaner. Let's see. That's fine. Loop never actually loops. That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay. The loop never actually loops. Right? Because it just what's this? Current prompt. Let's say prompt. And then does this need to loop? I don't think it needs to loop. See, we don't need to do these break statements here either. Prompt is just a string. Voice sync lag. Am I? Are you sure? You might need to refresh your page. You would pick Sol for this task. I'm curious, what is the prompt that you would give Sol? Pretend that I am Sol and prompt me. Chat ID prompt. No lag here. Yeah, I think probably this just needs to restart their tab or something like that. So let me just try this again. Should be able to run this. We've got a REPL. And we're going to say fetch the wiki page for John Carmack. Okay. Cool, cool. The audio isn't quite synced to the video, maybe half of a second. Okay. I might have to look at that after the stream, because if I mess with the settings right now, it might get cooked. But oh, I'm getting forbidden errors from YouTube chat. Let me see this. Yeah, look, it's busted. Where's the error? The request cannot. I've exceeded my limit. I'm being rate limited by YouTube API. Sad. Okay. Have I seen Breaking Bad? I haven't actually. That's on my list of things to watch. Have I tried Kimi K3? No, I have not tried that yet. I still have to set up like open code and open router to try these models. So some of the TV series that I have to that are on my list to watch. One of them is Breaking Bad. Another is Chernobyl. Yeah, I think those are the main ones. Okay, so oh yeah, so I did get a response for that. Breaking Bad is overrated. Oh, okay. I don't know. Well, I'll be the judge of that. A lot of people that I respect have said that it is good. Yeah, Chernobyl's like 11 episodes or something like that, so I really have no excuse not to have seen it. Received non-text message from chat. Okay, we don't care about that, do we? Apparently, Teloxide REPL is only for prototyping. What do I actually use when ready? It's short but punchy. Keen to try Hermes Agent over OpenClaw. I tried Hermes, and it was I guess it was okay, but I think for a Jetson, it's probably too much. If you've got way more VRAM, like maybe what would you need? 32 gigs at least, maybe 64 would be best. Yeah, I think you'd probably want 64 gigs to run Hermes. Or you could just use you know, I guess Open Router or something like that. Did you tell me the prompt that you would have used with Sol for this? If so, I missed it. Okay, so Gemini says here, my face is in front of this, isn't it? For production use in Teloxide, you should transition away from REPL and use a dispatcher alongside a dependency tree handler. Dispatcher provides several features, such as dependency injection. Okay. Complex routing, text messages versus inline queries versus callbacks. Stateful dialogues. Cool. Custom error handling. I see. Configure it to have a better tool call, and pretty much Sol can automate it without needing to be specific. You mean this agent that I have, building with rig? Is that what you that's what you would tell Sol to fix up? Define the handler. Dependencies injected via DP tree. Message handler. And then we'd have handler tree. Endpoint. Message handler. Update filter message branch. Construct and start the dispatcher. Sol is good for terminals. I'd have to sign up to ChatGPT though. How much do I have to spend monthly to have access to Sol in the terminal and not have to necessarily worry a whole ton about usage? Is that even possible? For like less than $100? $20. I'm using anti-gravity. That's what this is right here. $20. Can I show my tattoo? Not right now. I suppose I could try the $20 plan, and if I ever needed to, I could upgrade. Let's see. ChatGPT Plus, right? In Australian dollars, it's $34 a month. We have GPT-5. I'm not a soccer fan, no. ChatGPT Go and ChatGPT Plus. Interesting. Or do I have to go to the Codex website? Kimmy K has less hallucination. Yeah, but I need the... I either need the hardware or I need to get like Open Router to run that. I haven't explored that. I'll probably explore that afterwards. For now, we can continue with what we have here. Apparently, Gemini has replaced the REPL with a proper handler. That's cool. So now we have main here, where we're constructing all the stuff. You get Codex automatically on the ChatGPT Plus. Is that right? Uh-oh. It hallucinated. Okay. All right, I'll look into that a bit later. Oh. Is this a runtime error? Yeah, it's a panic. Whoops. So where did it panic? Core 610, starting dispatcher, which was here. Then we have update filter message. Handler accepts the following types, but only the following values were given to it. Missing values are blah, blah, blah. Use skills like caveman to reduce AI token consumption. Graphify. What's Graphify? Big fan? Are you a big fan of me? That is, well, I'm glad to hear it. I hope I'm doing stuff that is useful for you. You use my streams as ASMR motivation to work. That's good. That's good. Graphify is open source and on device. One command maps your repo into a graph. Ooh, that sounds cool. And Git Nexus, zero server code intelligence engine. Runs in the browser. What the hell? You have AI psychosis running these models. Okay, this looks cool. I wonder how useful it is. I wonder if there's any data on actual like performance on tasks when using these things. RTK killer. A proxy that reduces your token consumption on common dev commands. High performance CLI proxy. Okay. It filters and compresses command outputs before they reach your context. Okay, so then is this something that I could hook in with the agent that I'm building? So that, let's say it's doing, we're doing two tool calls on the inference server. I can hook this in and make it compress the outputs or something like that. Okay, these are some good ones to look into. Graphify. This is knowledge graphs, open source skill that helps AI coding assistant understand code bases. It's a Python package. Let's see if I can understand any of the code. Oh, is it a Rust extension? Tree sitter, NumPy. Why did it say something about cargo? Cargo introspect. Manifest introspection. Okay. That makes sense. Why is there, okay, they do have some directories, but why do they have so many modules here? Like, are you telling me these can't be organized? That's crazy. Wiki, is this a tool? Damn, man, this is this is unreadable for me. Wiki export, wiki style markdown articles from the knowledge graph. Oh, okay. It's kind of messy, isn't it? Anyway. Where's the entry point? Main. Holy moly. Version tuple. What's with all these spaces? What's going on here? Oh, so weird. Anyway, run CLI. For stream and system out. So it's proxying the system standard out. printing usage out like an absolute madman. Who maintains this? Use a command line library. What? Oh, my face is in the way. My bad. Look at this. Look at this. This is how they print usage. Am I the only one that has a problem with this? Like, why do you need 1,000 function calls to do this? You could just print one string. I know it's written by an agent, but like, like the prompt that you need is like, oh, I noticed that you did 1,000 print statements. Can you convert this to a single string or use a command line library like argparse or typer or like literally anything? Should I send them a pull request? No, that's maybe later. I'll do that later. I will do that later. So this is fast API. Cool image, but I do wonder how this helps the how it helps the agent like figure stuff out faster. Because why do I think that? Why do I wonder, or why am I skeptical about the performance gain of turning the repo into a graph? Let me vocalize this to an LLM to see what, just to confirm. Yeah. I found a Python tool called Graphify, which breaks down a code base into a graph, a knowledge graph, so that an LLM can utilize it. And I think the intention is to reduce token usage and just make the LLM more effective in some way. But I'm wondering, what's the difference between putting a repo into a graph structure? What's the advantage there compared to just having a files and directories? Like, isn't the file system kinda like a graph in a way? The first sentence is always like this. It's always like this glaze. It's always like that first sentence is like, let me just validate you real quick. Stupid. I hate it. And then file systems are trees. Yeah. A specific subtype of a DAG. The core difference comes down to physical location versus semantic relationship. Okay. Okay. I'm interested. A file system only tracks containment. A knowledge graph tracks dependency and flow. Ah. So we're not only taking the structure of the code base, we're also saying like API router is imported by this thing. This makes sense. That makes sense. So like, yeah. So like when I'm working with LLMs on a professional code base, I I can see how this solves a problem for me. I often will have to look up the files that I know are relevant to the problem or change that I'm trying to fix, let's say. And so I would have to prep the LLM to say, this is my hypothesis, and these are the files that I think are involved. And that's basically me trying to limit the amount of investigation that the model is going to do. So I can see how this would be kind of good. One thing is, it still needs an entry point. Like if you just give it the whole graph and be like, there's a random problem in here, please find it. That's still probably not useful. But if you tell it there's something wrong in the API router, for example, or in the scope, and this is my theory, then it can find everything that's connected to scope, but probably only when it needs to, like only when it's like in this particular function block. Or yeah, it probably could do that. Sounds pretty cool. Token efficiency subgraph approach. Plain file system. It performs keyword or vector similarity search. Thousands of tokens of noise. Whereas graph retrieval, we're doing the entry. Yeah, because I noticed also in the dependencies of Graphify that it has tree sitter. So it's obviously like breaking the whole thing down into a tree and then only, somehow limiting. Like you could be importing stuff from another file, but not everything. So you don't have to read 1,000 lines. You only have to read like 200, I guess. So that's kind of cool. Git Nexus handles it better. So is Git Nexus a competitor to Graphify? This one is an NPM thingy. Okay, I don't understand what its dependencies are. Oh, it's in the lock file, right? Yeah. This is going to be huge. Yeah, it's huge. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I'll look at these things. Probably not right now, but they seem pretty useful. Anyway, now that tangent is over, I forgot to tell anti-gravity to run the thing. And try caveman. Yeah, that's on my list. Yeah, it's on my list. Caveman is just a skill, right? Just a skill that I would use, say, in Codex. Like I have Codex, right? So skills, list skills, enable. Skill installer. Install curated skills from OpenAI/skills or other repos. Graphify is also a skill. Look up graph engineering. Terms like loop engineering, context engineering. Yeah, I've heard of context engineering and prompt engineering. To be honest, I don't want to get too... I know it sounds weird, but I don't want to actually get too good at AI topics, I suppose. I'm not sure. I've actually never used a skill in one of these CLIs before. So this is the first time. Do I want to allow fetching the current curated codex skill list from GitHub? Yes. Python, sure. I'm on the free plan here as well, so it might just die in the middle of this. Okay. These are the curated ones. So I'm guessing I can't get the curated one. I'd have to like... Let me see this. Install skill from... Oh yeah, cool. Did I have a use case in mind for the Jetson? When I bought it, no. I had no use case in mind when I bought it. Is it doing stuff? Okay. Why has it got to run so many things to do this? Okay. Enable or disable. We've got caveman enabled. Review and follow up, CI debug, GitHub, blah, 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 blah. So then I can just do like caveman like this. Oh, okay. Apparently no. Checking caveman's installed usage instructions. So say /caveman or use caveman mode. Okay. Use caveman mode. Teach me how to beat Factorio with 100% achievements. Rig core. Why is it doing this? I already have rig core, don't I? Yeah, I'm curious to see this response. What we got here? Still have SSH open. Hello, B Diddy. With the emoji. I don't think caveman is active. You'll be surprised with Soul, like it finds ways to achieve a goal, that it will go to your system files. That sounds bad. Did you read recent news about H hugging face server? Yes. That was kind of weird. Is it possible for you to show the actual user from Telegram? What do you mean? Like you want to see the text that is going back and forth? I can show you the chat. But let's see. I don't know. It's just a regular chat. Just a regular chat with a bot. It was actually quite easy to set up, which is nice. What was that Seiko I had again? Let me find it for you. I believe it is yes, this one. Seiko Prospects Diver GMT. Yeah, it's a nice one. I like it. It's good for travel and swimming, obviously, because it's a diver's watch. It's pretty heavy, though, I would say. It's a pretty heavy watch. Yeah. Okay, so can we purchase Jetson Nano for robotics and computer vision projects? 100% yes. I think that's one of the best usages of a Jetson is to do. Someone on the last stream was telling me about JetBot, which I think probably university students, they would be doing this kind of stuff. You come back and all you see is a big ass expensive watch. That's not even my most expensive one. Actually, I saw that price. What's this? 2,500, right? So maybe did I get ripped off? No, I spent about that much. I spent about that much, yeah. 2.5, I think. Yeah, so this thing. Keep in mind, Jetson is like $400. You could probably I'm sure people do like computer vision stuff on stuff that is cheaper than a Jetson. It's affordable. JetBot costs less than 250 in parts, including Jetson Nano. That's US dollars for sure. Deploy Kimi K3. Not on my hardware. So this is the caveman response for my question. It's very terse. Save one, base game metal run, default free play, no mods, no console, keep enemy pollution settings default. Target one rocket under 8 hours. Under 8 hours? I don't even know how that's possible. Handcraft less than 111 items. No solar panels, no laser turrets. No requester buffer active provider chests until rocket space science. Don't destroy any nests. That's crazy. Interesting. I like how it's very terse. Very nice. Good. Now what's going on here? Trying to run this bot. Use of unresolved module. Generic response completion model. Possible with hardcore blueprints. And ratio memory. Damn. What am I doing? Lots of things right now. Right this very second, I'm getting Gemini to fix my Telegram bot because I just did a refactor. The question is, what am I going to do after that? Let's say I've got the, Let's say I've got the bot running. We can send commands. The next thing that I probably want to do is add more tools to the agent. We have web search. What are the other tools that I am going to need? Running shell commands, reading files, often speedrunners with records have 1,000 or thousands of hours memorizing blueprints and ratios and optimizing them. That's crazy. That's so many brain cells dedicated to Factorio. Is the Rust code an actual agent? Yes. As far as I understand, yes, this is an agent. It's a Telegram bot and an agent. RAG tool. I know nothing about that. Let's ask. Chat says that I should add a RAG tool to my local LLM setup. Jetson with llama and rig core agent bot. Humanity right now is simulating Factorio. We're in the stage of developing bots and automation. RAG is basically giving your local LLM an open book exam. Instead of relying purely on what the model learned, RAG lets it search through a collection of your files to find relevant snippets and use them to construct an accurate answer. Retrieval, generator, knowledge, embeddings. Is this like left to right? Core stages. Which model is my favorite? I don't have a favorite really. If I had to choose, probably Codex. Different models for different purposes, I would say. How do you balance using LLMs and actually doing the work yourself? A lot of people complain losing their skills because they delegate it all to LLMs. So I sort of talked about this, I think, the other day. Imagine you have used an LLM to generate a bunch of code, and then you put that code up for pull request review. And the person reviewing it is like the expert, domain expert in that language and whatever you're writing. And they are going to ask you a bunch of questions about why you did certain things. Can you answer their questions? If no, then you need to like bridge that gap, I would say. Does that make sense? Retriever, generator, knowledge embeddings, vector store, query refinement, evaluation loop, prompt design, re-ranking, grounding, chunking, and context injection. So this seems crazy involved. Running on an edge hardware like a Jetson gives you high performance local stack, but they come with trade-offs. They fit neatly into the memory, but they can't memorize vast amounts of specific facts. RAG offloads memory to disk and vector databases rather than relying on massive LLM parameter sizes. Gotcha. So you're basically extending the LLM in a way, prevents hallucinations, and it's a live knowledge base. I don't need to fine tune or retrain the model. Cool. How to add it to my stack. So I'm already running a small model, small-ish. Then I would have a database. Quadrant, or chroma. And then use RigCore's built-in vector store index. Okay, let me see this. RigCore vector store index. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. The default vector store implementation included in RigCore provides a lightweight RAM-based solution. Oh, so it's already like running its own? I think it might be. No external dependencies. Uses a binary heap for retrieval. Maintains scores. Wow, this is really serious, isn't it? The vector source system is built around these traits. The primary trait for querying a vector store by similarity. Types implemented in this, blah, blah, blah. Vector store as a tool. Types implementing vector store index automatically implement the tool trait. This means you can add them. Oh, okay. From documents. Oh, okay. So you have to feed in documents. Is that right? Setting it up in Rust is native. That's the general architecture. Let's see what the actual code looks like for doing this. Rig llama.cpp provider crate. Do I have that added? I don't think I have that added right now. No, we just have rig. Okay. But you need to train your LLM with OpenAPI embedding model to vectorize it. I don't know what any of that means, but could still work. Error from the update. Terminated by other. Oh, okay. This guy is running the bot. So now it should be okay. Can only have one bot connected at a time, which kind of makes sense. Fetch the current stock price for Intel. Qwen2.5. When using Codex or Claude in the same project, Codex's approach clashes with Claude's approach. Codex can yield good results for a comprehensive prompt. I actually have not. So if I. Do you use work trees? Are you using work trees? Is my first question. Because if I'm running two models in the same project, I will very often I will tell them to first create a work tree before doing anything, so that they don't clash with each other. Or are you saying that they clash with each other even if they're doing separate work? Do I find this stuff interesting? I would say I find it a little interesting. I think there'd be more interesting things, but it's hard to strike a balance. There's an intersection of like what's interesting to me, what's interesting to other people, what should I learn, what's useful to learn, and a bunch of other stuff like that. Okay, so what did it say? It appears that the binary data is not formatted correctly. Let's see, what did it say? Intel Corporation. It thinks. Oh, so it tried to use a different external tool to fetch the page, but that completely backfired. Early today? Yeah, I started at 7 p.m. my time, which was 2 hours ago. The stock price, it thinks that the stock price for Intel is $16. That's crazy. But you see here that it tried to run a Python script here. So we need to give it that tool, I think. Let's see. I'm going to pass this message to Gemini. I'm going to say the bot agent. Wait, I asked the bot agent for a current stock price and it had some trouble. It appeared to try to run a Python tool call, but we haven't added that yet. And we add it maybe. See the following logs. That seems reasonable. By the way, how many people we got in here at the moment? Let me see this. What the hell's going on with my face there? About 40 people. Okay, okay. Speaking of FTX US, I decided to put a... I should probably announce this in a post, but I've also decided to... I looked up manufacturers for t-shirts, and I now have a little shop where you can buy the FTX US Risk Management Team shirt and sweater. In case you wanted one. I know some people wanted one. Some people were asking me, where do you get it? And I'm pretty sure the place that I got it originally, they're not selling it anymore. So I decided to hook up a t-shirt like printer and do it myself. And if Sam Bankman-Fried doesn't like it, I don't care. He can sue me if he wants. What's the joke behind the shirt? The joke is that it's FTX US Risk Management Team. What is this? Why do people need this? Relevance? Spawn 10 sub-agents and have them summarize the streamer's entire streaming history so far. That would probably work. Tell me how that goes. Like, you can download all the transcripts, I'm pretty sure, right? Created a new tool, execute Python. Okay, let's see this new tool. What have we added in here? I should probably start actually doing commits here. Okay, so these aren't used. Oh no, they probably are used. Guys just want an FTX shirt. They think it's funny. I don't know. People ask me, like, where'd you get that? You know, so I took the hint and I just made it available. Let's see. So this is clearly being used here. So I don't know why this is like coming up as never constructed. It's all about the memes. That's all it is. Oh, this is fine meme shirt. That one, I can't make that shirt. The reason why is because probably the artist could sue me for copyright in that instance. But FTX cannot, well, they can try to sue me, but I don't think that they have really a leg to stand on because they are literally fraudsters. How are they going to sue little old me for making a t-shirt that makes fun of them? You know what I mean? I'm down for litigation. Yeah, if it's from Sam Bankman-Fried, I don't care. Sue me. All right. Give me the current stock price of Nvidia. Which is better for subscription for coding end-to-end AI projects and application? I think it's down to preference. Me personally, I'd probably go with ChatGPT. If you like the results of Anthropic models, then go with that. You could also try the open source models. There's a lot of fuss about Kimi K3. You could try that out as well. It is thinking. It is trying to find the stock price of Nvidia. How frequently do I drink water? Not often enough, apparently. Why? Can't sue if it's a parody. Is that true? Claude does have a distinct reasoning I have seen so far, slightly different. Yeah. One thing I haven't done is combined Claude with the caveman skill. I think that would maybe get Claude into like absolute sort of top tier for me. Encountered an error communicating with the LLM. Max turns error reached 5 maximum turns. Let's see what happened here. Tool call fetch page. Yahoo Finance. Tool result. A bunch of binary text. It seems the content is corrupted. I will fetch the latest stock from Yahoo Finance. Tool call. Fetch page. It got binary again. And then it said, let's try a different approach using a web scraping library. And so it tried execute Python. And it got a syntax error. Trace back. It seems there's an issue with the attribute being none. Invalid sequence. Blah, blah, blah. We can just give it more turns, probably. Where are the turns? Like 20 turns? Every model is making so many errors unless it is not a hard task. I would say if it's a well-defined task, then it would probably have a greater degree of success. I think Vendex takes the cake on how many times he said to use Codex or Sol to handle this. It must be frustrating to watch me do things by hand. Atlassian HR here. We've reviewed your recent AI activities and are pleased to welcome you back to the Rovo team. Nice. How big is my sign-on bonus? The Rovo team. Not sure if I would even want to work on the Rovo team. Because why I say that. as you might be able to tell, my skills are not really there when it comes to AI and all this stuff. I know other stuff. If you put me on a team that's running Envoy proxy and Rust, I'd kill it. But you put me on a team that's running AI, I'm going to get cooked. Okay, so we're going to do 20 max turns, and let's see if it actually makes it. Copy the last message, and see if it can get Nvidia's stock price. Can I bring a good word for you at Atlassian? I can try to refer you. I don't think I'd get any referral bonus, though. And anyway, like, giving in a good word doesn't really tend to do anything unless you're able to, unless you're confident that you can get through the interview process. A good referral doesn't make anything necessarily easier. You looked a little bit at Rust. It's a strong language. It just takes a while to write stuff. What do you mean by strong? What did you notice? So if you're not getting paid, you ain't doing it. I think their referral bonus is something like 10 grand over 4 years. Like they give you, I think it's like $2,500 for each year that they stay employed. Something like that. I can't remember. I could be wrong. So what's going on the on this side? We've got 11 tokens per second going through, so it's probably churning through all this decisions that it's trying to do. I wonder if it will actually make it in the end. I wonder if it will figure out that it needs a Python tool to look up the stock price. Because what was it trying to do? It was trying to visit finance.yahoo.com. Why did this not work? Like, actually, why didn't this work? What is... Let's say I curl this. Right? What actually shows up here? Too many requests. What? Oh, maybe because my user agent? Binary output. What is this? Framework it provides to do a lot of correct hard stops on memory management, thread management, etc. Hard stops on memory management, thread management. It gives a ton of options as a language. Yeah, it does have a lot of language features, and you are doing manual memory management in Rust, but you're doing it through the borrowing and ownership. And yeah, it's pretty good with concurrency. It's actually very good with concurrency. It's one of the best reasons to use it. Takes time to learn it, takes time to write code, since everything has to be defined. Yeah, everything has to be explicit. Need to fine tune a model that is trained for this particular task. Or I could just give it a specific tool that's like Yahoo Finance or like stock ticker or like this stock information. You know? I could do that, right? What the fuck? What is the content type here? It's text HTML, right? But then why is it giving me binary? Oh, because it's gzipped. So does that mean, let's say if I just send out this response here, and then I do cat response, gz, have I got gzip? Decode? Okay. What? Okay. this what happened? Let's grab that again. And then what is going on in here? Okay, it's just the page. You can read that? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure the current price of Nvidia is 205, but like, where is that in this page? Prior price target, current price target. Okay, it doesn't have it. So then trying to grab it from YouTube Finance is probably like Yahoo Finance is probably not a good idea. Yahoo does not offer an official publicly supported stock price API. Okay. Right. So then good luck to this model to actually get the price. If it does, I'll be very impressed. What it actually responded to me is it said that the stock price element is not being found. It might have a different structure in the HTML page. It's possible that the stock price is dynamically loaded via JavaScript, and you would need to use a headless browser like Selenium. Since we don't have that, let's try a more manual approach. Okay, so new tools I could give it. Headless browser. And then probably the headless browser needs to take a screenshot. And then that screenshot needs to be, it needs to do a computer vision pass to determine what the hell's in there. That seems probably like what needs to be done. Let's just see that. So let's just see. It could call the Python tool. We have a new problem. I asked it to fetch the current stock price of Nvidia. It tried Yahoo Finance, which has a dynamic JSON page. I think what we want is two more tools. One would be a headless browser, and the other would probably be a computer vision type thing, which can process the screenshots from the browser. Question mark. Kasara Sirisena asks, hey, are you wanting to get a quant role next? I think that would be interesting, yeah. Especially if they're, like I'd be down to, especially if it's an area that I'm like sort of have expertise in, like proxies, edge network, Rust kind of thing. I don't think I'd be super great at doing like trading or anything like that. So more the infrastructure side, that would be good. Okay, so it's installing Playwright and Chromium. It can take YAML format snapshots, really? That's cool. you just came to stream, can you give some context? The context is I have a Jetson, which is a very small device with decent GPU power. Decent, not anything special. I'm running a model on it, a local model. And this code here is I've built this little, very small basic agent, which is hooked up to Telegram. And I'm sending commands to the bot on Telegram, and it is then sending it to the Jetson. And right now we're in the process of building some tools to try to make it easier for the model to do certain things. That's basically what we're doing. So we installed Playwright. It added base64 Rust crate. It's got a take screenshot tool. Okay. Analyze image tool. It reads the screenshot, encodes it in base64, and then sends it to the vision endpoint. What is the vision endpoint? Okay, tell me more about this vision endpoint. When I do Playwright browser testing with my agent, it uses YAML snapshots to do the testing. That's pretty cool. If a website is dynamic and block scraping, you can use take screenshot to grab an image of the page and then use analyze image to extract information from the screenshot. The vision endpoint we just set up relies on built-in compatibility. It creates a post to your local thing. It structures a request. Because the Llama server mimics and knows how to pass the incoming image data. For this to work on your Jetson, your Llama server needs to be running a multimodal model. Popular local options include Lava, Qwen2.5 or Moondream. Right. Does that mean that I actually have to run two models at the same time? I don't think I can do that, right? The tool pretends it's talking to OpenAI's Vision API. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. You can't run both those models on the Jetson. Where's the... Oh, you guys probably can't see the full terminal, can you? Where do I put my face? Whoa. My bad. Center vertically. Thank you. Very good. I just disappeared, huh? All right. I need to set up Sub-agents, work delegation. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work with this particular agent. Okay, so it's going to remove the vision tool. Also, I have been streaming for 2.5 hours. I am thinking, is it time to play Factorio? Codex, maybe. Dude, anti-gravity is not having an issue here. There's no problem here. All right, let's see. You hate the Gemini models. I don't see any problem with them really. Like, so today I had this problem that I was working on, and I had Sonnet 5 and what was it? Gemini 3.1 Pro, I think. And is it a Jetson Nano? Yes. 8 GB VRAM. Gnosis drops. What Gnosis drop? What did I drop? What happened? Close this. The tokens shall begin soon. Right? Querying the agent. I don't think I gave anyone Gnosis. There's a 9 billion Qwen. I think 9 billion might be just too big. How much memory does Qwen2.5 9 billion need? Oh. So here's that RAG suggestion that the Gemini had. So here it's pulling in the llama client, embedding client, in-memory vector store, an embeddings builder. Then we have oh yeah, no, we're not doing this directly. Oh, so I'd have to run this on the Jetson, basically. I would have to run this on the Jetson rather than llama.cpp. Okay. And then this would be a sample knowledge base with different facts. And then compute embeddings, install them with text payload. So would I have to, if I'm building a RAG, does that mean that I have to provide the whole knowledge base? It doesn't get built incrementally over time? Interesting. So then, given that I had unlimited storage, let's say, or tons of memory, that means that I could use RAG and plug in like this huge vector database with tons of information. And it would save heaps of tokens. I have to build vector store from something. Okay. Gotcha. I can see the use of it. I'm not sure how I would fit it into this. Okay, so the exact thing depends on quantization. So Q8 would need 9.6. Q5, 6.5. That's probably pushing it. Q4, that's probably doable. 3.59 billion. I probably can do that. Let's see. Qwen, 3.5, 9 billion. Let's see, models. GGUF, and where is the Q4? Q8 is not worth it. Yeah, I'd have to go with Q4. And if it has NV, okay. What's this one? Four-bit here, right? Unsloth, you think? This one here? But how do I tell it, let's see. Q0, Q4KM. Okay. Bruh, you don't have to tell me unsloth 5 times. KM, yeah, that's what I thought. So it would be add a damn new shirt where it just says You can let in the internet, but it can mess up your grounding and fidelity. You have to measure. What is that? Rouge and blue. What are these? Evaluation metrics. Okay. So I would jump onto the Jetson. What was it? Llama server. Oh, that's right. I have a file now. It's etsy default llama server. Default llama. Right here, I could say, oh, maybe comment that out and then hf repo equals. Something like that. I think that's right. Is that right? I can try that. But it's still on this task, I believe. Try increasing it. Something exceeds the available token size. Did it respond? No, it encountered an error communicating with the LLM. Invalid status code 400. Exceeds the available context size. Yeah. Okay. So it ran out of context, basically. But I wonder where it even got up to. It's kind of a shame that it like didn't say anything. I wonder if it's like putting in all of the previous chats. I hope not. That could be a thing. Let's see how it goes now. And then I'll probably run that other model, or at least attempt. But also, maybe I should play Factorio. No, I'm too tired to play Factorio. Completion, what's this? An error occurred, network error, incomplete message. Try again. Too much code today, yes. Oh, it's confused. It doesn't know what the hell is going on here. Hello. How's Vietnam at the moment? Best resources for learning AI engineering? Don't know. Legacy. Time out. Timed out? You would like to see Factorio whenever possible. We could try a little bit of Factorio. It might be stressful. All right, yeah. I'm kind of hitting a mental wall here, so maybe it is good to do something a little different. We will play some Factorio. Why not? $7 billion is just not it. Well, I'll see how that other one goes, but I'll probably do that off stream. Yes, it's gaming time. Oh! Wait, hold on. I want to look at the map a little bit. Or should I just go random? This seems good enough. So don't judge me, but I suck at this game. Okay. Could we play together? I'll probably have to figure out how exactly to do that. Let's see. I've forgotten the buttons. We have a smelter. I need coal, don't I? So I need to find the big rocks. Like that? No. These ones. Is Factorio ever co-op? You can do co-op, yeah. Yeah, people have servers, but I've never run one, so I'm not too sure about it. Mindustry, yeah, I'm more familiar with Mindustry, actually. It's like everyday life. Does it? Where are the rocks? Where are the rocks? No, not this one. Rocks over here. Big rocks. Looking at this game the first time? Alright, good. We're gathering resources. We need to make... we need to start producing steel plates, I think. We've got iron ore over here. So right now we have 19 plates. All right, cool, cool. I guess we'll make some burners. I don't know how many I can like get away with. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Put coal in the miners and the burners, and then probably need some copper. Gather some copper. I think I might need like 20 copper or something like that. Maybe 10 will do for the moment. So one of the first things, oh yeah, so we've got the research. Electronics, probably need to pop another smelter down, put these in here, give it some coal. Might just refill these with more coal. And we're gonna need to make a steam engine, a boiler, a pump, probably a pipe, and a power cable. Using wood. I don't have the research for it yet. Oh, now I can make, I think I can make the power lines. Okay. I can make a power line, but I need copper cables. Synopsis of the purpose of the game. Is it similar to Minecraft? No. The purpose of the game is to, like, I've crash landed on this planet, and I need to get back home. So I need to gather everything I need to build a rocket to get back. I think that's the whole point of it. Okay, so I need more copper. So I can make a lab. Yeah, one lab. We have the pump and the boiler. I think we... How do we set this up exactly? I think we go like this. We attach this like that, and then we have, say, a power cable. Wait. And this needs coal. And we can pop down a lab. And then we need science. So I need to make 10 of these. Have I beaten StarCraft? No, never. So 3, 6. Basically, I need more copper, I think. Top 3 games. No alt mode? My bad. Where did I find musics? Which musics? Which music? My top 3 games, I guess I would say Dota 2, Dota 2, Deep Rock Galactic, Path of Exile, and heaps of like retro games that I like, such as Quake, Counter-Strike, Wolfenstein, Enemy Territory, stuff like that. Okay, so that's now got 10 science packs. That should be enough, I think, for the automation. And there should be enough coal in there for power. Oh, that reminds me. I literally have no coal left? Damn. And there's no big coal rocks. Alright. Yeah, I need to bootstrap these. Oops. What happened? Did I just drop it? Yeah, I did. I've got kind of a list of my favorite games on my blog, on my website. In case you're curious. Okay, so we have automation. What else do we need? Drills, logistics, radar, steel, fast inserters, I guess. Let's see. Oh, I can do the long-handed inserters now. That's cool. So we have now a factory. Oh, but it doesn't have power. What do we need? Burners, I guess. Furnaces. Yeah, make a whole bunch of furnaces, I guess. And then burners need gears. So we need a whole damn stack of them. Let's say that's enough for the moment. We need burners, steel, furnaces. Maybe grab some of the coal while that's happening. Do I still have? Yeah, I still have rocks. Five burners. That's cool. 5 burners. Maybe I want to make more stuff. Make more of that. 10 smelters. And then I suppose make a few more of these. also get more coal that way. Cool, cool, that's going. So we got some smelters. We probably need more gears. Let that go. Now, how do I make this thing? Plates, circuits. Okay, circuits. Basically, just need a ton more resources. Then I can probably make more factories, let's say. Do I make factories now or burners? Probably burners. More burners and then maybe another factory. Or a few factories. I do need to get copper as well. Forgot about that. That's gonna mess me up. Okay. Suppose I'll pop one here. Get that going. Select him. How's my pollution? We're good. Bunch of coal. Let's get more. That's fine. We'll increase the steel. Yeah, steel. Oopsie. I just put all of my coal away. It's probably fine. We need gears, we need wires. Get some gears, I suppose. I do have the materials to make more factories. We need wires, I guess. And then I can make, say, a factory. Oh wait, no, I need circuits. The factory must grow, yes. This. Let's make more, yep. So now we are, well, okay. Power line. Uh-oh. Make some power lines. Okay, then we probably want like gears, wires, and then we want, I think, more burners, or maybe a steam engine. Yeah, now we need a pipe. Oh yeah, it's really not using any. What's my best run with this? I've never finished it. Never finished Factorio. I'm not even sure like where to kind of go with this right now. I think I want more burners, I guess. Oopsie. GPT strat. Okay, got a few burners. We got some gears. Got some of that. I could make some more circuits. I probably want to be making some science packs. Yeah. Yeah. Probably also want to be creating some electric inserters? I'm not sure. I do need more power lines, probably so I can... Oh, I don't need them yet. This needs 10. 10? Times 25? 25 science packs. Do I need more burners? Don't know. What is a GPT strat? It's when you turn the pixels into tokens and hook up an MCP, a Factorio MCP. That's how. That's what it is. Suppose I could build another. Oh yeah, I do want belts, don't I? I'm gonna need belts. Let's make a whole stack of them, I suppose. Make tons more gears too. Got... Cool, that's a lot of belts. Keep that going. I think I might increase how much copper we're getting at the moment. And cool, cool. What next? I guess I should ramp up the science a little. Damn, need more circuits. Okay. More. More, please. Science lab. At least one, I guess. Yeah. I don't know why I built the second one actually, because I'm not like producing enough to actually warrant it. We have electric drills now. Feeling unprepared for this reality of now being able to make electric drills. I guess I want to have more conveyors. I want to make more science packs. Oh, I need more gears. I'm probably going to need more factories too. Yeah, let's go with that. How long I've been streaming for? 3 hours? Okay. We have 4 electric drills. Still making science. Probably need to make more circuits. Yeah, I need more factories. I'm gonna need more power as well. Damn, I need more circuits. Yeah, that'll probably do it. 5. Oops. Gonna need belts. Gonna need that. That. Guess I'm gonna need more drillers, but I also need to get more power eventually. So I'm gonna need pipes. Okay, I've got logistics. I really only need like one of these for the moment. Got heaps of belts, tons of wires. Need some circuits. Still making good amount of science, which is good. Is this part of setting up a local LLM? That would be funny if that was a requirement. I have been streaming for a bit though. I am thinking maybe to call it in a sec. So I do have some electric drills, but I don't yet have enough power lines to make give them power. So I probably need to chop some trees. Get some power lines. Wood and wires. Okay. It's calming? Yeah. I literally fall asleep to people playing Factorio almost every day. So I can totally relate to that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need some military. Yeah. I don't know why I queued the radar actually. Bro is spoiled? Why am I spoiled? Green science. Still processing. Automation 2, engines, heavy armor. Military, I guess. So, okay, I have power lines now. Most of the pollution, I should be able to get rid of, well, pollution's going to be bad. Gun turret. Oh, gun turret is apparently not hard to research. That's comforting. Okay. While I work for another company, I am actually working for a company right now. But I haven't updated my LinkedIn or anything like that. Let's see. So I think I can move all of the stuff here. Gonna need to say something like this. Let's create one of these. Oh, okay, that's a lot. Does this game get updates? I would say yes. It got a recent expansion, actually, which was pretty big. I haven't bought it yet, but apparently it's good. Yeah, I'm thinking, what do I need to do here exactly? I guess I would need to start a smelting column. It's probably going to be good to go down this way. Smelting column, that's going to produce lots of plates. Do I want to go downwards? I guess I could expand down. This is Factorio. I'm going to create a smelting column. I'd need a bunch of smelters. Oh, that's right. I was going to move my science lab. That's why I did this. So I can... I'm gonna have my smelting column down there. It doesn't make sense. Probably need to make it here. No. This is what I'm struggling with. If I'm making a smelting column that's going, say, it's going to get iron ore down this way, it can produce plates back up. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let's make a little factory here, I guess. And then probably want like 2 of them. Wait. Oops. 2 of them here. These ones will be science. Okay. Have I ever given a reference contact for any jobs I applied to? Yeah, early on in my career, I find that it hasn't really happened much later on. Smelter. Radar. What do I need? Smelters? I need inserters. And I need a whole bunch. And belts. Video title is not matching. On YouTube, I can't really change the title like after I've gone live. Unfortunately, that's just how well, at least I think that's the case. Maybe I could be wrong. Because if I change it now, it's going to change it for the whole video that gets uploaded, basically. That's the problem. So I'm going to need... You guys are funny. Okay, set this up wrong. Gonna need, I think, yeah, like that. And then this is probably gonna go back up the other way. And then I'm gonna need coal. Oh yeah, how's that gonna work? Oh jeez. That's pretty annoying. Coal is gonna have to come in like this. From down here. Right now it's just gonna work like that. Belts. We need circuits. Oops. Oh, I have inserters. Nice. Oh yeah, power is crucial. Circuits. More circuits, please. My role at Atlassian? Senior Systems Engineer. I was working on a team called Edge Services, who was responsible for all of the traffic going in and out of the Atlassian network boundary. I don't really need these anymore, do I? Okay, we have steel plates. Gears, yeah. My point of view on AI, I use it every day, all the time. So I think it's a good tool. That's about it. What's happening here? Oh, it's wait, I need 8 iron plates, really? Damn. Oops, I didn't mean to build that. Do I believe it will replace humans? Nope. Won't replace humans. Not a chance. Copper, iron. So I guess we want both of them making gears. That's fine. And then suppose I could attach this and make it do belts or inserters. No, belts. Oh yeah, that's not going to work, is it? Are platform engineers in demand? Yes, if they can code and very good at system design, they're in high demand. So we need a factory here. It's going to take from here. And it's going to make belts. But it's also going to take from here. And then it has to put it into a box. this to make science. Give it this. Yep, we're making chips. We're making GPUs. There's a shortage at the moment. Everyone needs them, and no one's producing them. Can you become a platform engineer after your degree and the necessary skills? Will you need more experience first? You probably will need more experience, but I think you could probably get in, like, there's internships that would land you into a platform engineering role. I think that's possible. Okay, so let me see. That's good. How the hell am I going to smelt the copper? I think that's a tomorrow problem. We're gonna save the game. And it is 10:30. Let me check the chat. What's going on in here? I am super tired. We spent, what, 2.5 hours doing the agent stuff. 2 people apparently became members. Thank you very much, Rodolph and MM. And yes, it is time to say goodbye. I'm super tired. I need a break. It's super sweaty and humid in my room as well because I've got my door closed and my PC's making heat. So yeah, it's a bit sweaty in here. But that's it. Thanks everyone for being here. And see you in the next one.